What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ariel and I am the co-founder of Flourish Lashes. I'm so excited to do this video because this is something that someone has asked for, but also something that I truly believe in. And I'm gonna be showing you guys how to actually control your fans when you are doing volume lashes. So let's jump into it. So in this video, I am basically gonna show you guys exactly how to do some fan making techniques, but the difference between this video and some other videos that I've personally done is that I'm really gonna focus on controlling your fans. So that's making very small fans. I personally believe that yes, fan making is the goal. You wanna make big, beautiful, fluffy fans, and that's amazing, but it is so important to be able to actually control your fans because it gives you so much more creative leverage. So I'm gonna show you guys how to really kind of come down from the big fans and really focus in on making 2D fans, 3D fans, and 4D fans, and kind of some techniques on how to actually control them and make sure that you're making the right fan for the right set. So let's get into it. Okay, so for this video, I'm gonna be using a couple of Flourish products. So I'm gonna show you guys what I have here. So I have my Mega J Tweezer. These guys are my fave. They have a perfect curve for volume lashing, in my opinion. I love these. When you are actually fan making, your tweezers are extremely important. And a couple things you want to look for when you're trying to get that precision is really a precise tip. So that means having tweezers that are super sharp at the tops and they have a really, really great grip. So that way you're not kind of picking and choosing lashes or losing lashes. You want to make sure that the tips are very, very sharp, that there's no gaps in the actual tips of them when you close them, and that they have a great grip on them so you can pick up exactly what you want and how many lashes you want. Next thing I have is my Rapid Bond, our Flourish Lashes Rapid Bond. This one is a 1 to 2 second dry time. I love this one for volume lashing, especially when I'm pre-making fans. It's just easier to use. And then I also have my little glue ring here to put my adhesive in. And the reason why I absolutely love a glue ring, especially with volume making, is because when I actually dip my fan into my adhesive, I use the edge of the glue ring to actually make my bases smaller. So I kind of just tap it. I'll show you guys what I mean, but I just kind of tap it on the sides just so that way you can actually kind of enclose those bases if there's any lashes coming out. It just kind of knocks them into place and keeps them nice and thin. My last thing I have is of course our Flourish Lashes. These are 0.05 our rose volume in a 15 mil. So I'm using a super long length just so you guys can see what I'm doing and you can get a clear indication on how to actually do this exact fanning method. So let's get into it now. So we have our lashes here. So these are my 15 millimeter lashes. And I'm gonna I'm using the tip of the tweezers just to find the couple lashes that I wanna grab. So let's start with a 2D fan. So we're gonna grab our lashes and then we're gonna pick this guy up and that's what our fan would look like. Now we're gonna grab see how it's like, it's out, like there's two of the lashes are not close together. That's okay. So we're gonna use our adhesive to basically bond those lashes together. So see how I use the edge of the glue ring to kind of stick them together? And then that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a perfect little fan that is bonded just right without actually having to use too much adhesive, and it's nice and fanned out. So that's our 2D fan. Okay, so now let's try our 3D lash. So same thing, gonna take my tweezers and I'm gonna kind of shuffle through the lashes to see where I'm at with 3 lashes. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm using my shimmy method here to do this. One thing I want to point out to you guys is that you want to find the sweet spot in the tweezer. So if I go here, that's a little too far and the lashes aren't actually shimmying properly. But if I go closer up, closer to the tip, you can see that they kind of fan a little bit better. So that's definitely where I'm going to want to aim to fan my lashes. So I'm going to go ahead once I find the exact kind of shimmy that I want, and I'm going to pick those guys up and see how they're still not bonded. That's okay. So we're going to go ahead with our glue and dip that in there. And then we're gonna keep them nice and closed. And then that's our little 3D fan. Now that's definitely more of a narrow fan, so I can show you guys what a more of a wide fan would look like, but this would be more of a narrow fan. Okay, and then for our last one, which is our 4D lash. So one thing I definitely want to mention too is that there's not much of a difference when you're doing 2D, 3D, 4D, But there is a difference when it comes to just kind of trying to create fans versus actually counting them out. Like I said, this gives you so much more leverage in terms of being able to create unique sets. So this is my little 4D fan, and then I'm gonna go ahead and dip it into my adhesive to kind of straighten that guy out. Amazing. And then that's my little 4D fan. And I really want to emphasize how much this glue ring helps, because you guys can see how the bases are definitely not together, but the fan is how I want it to be. So then when I dip it into my adhesive, they definitely come out perfectly fanned and thin bases. That is kind of how I make my fans if I am doing smaller fans. The reason why I want to show you guys this is because I know a lot of people are trying to practice fan making and kind of get into volumes, and that is amazing. But what I really like to emphasize here is that it's so important to have control over your fans, and this is an amazing way to actually practice and get better at making your fans. Of course, you know, like I said, you want to make the big fans, that is the goal, but this is one of the ways I emphasize, even to my students, to actually practice your fan making, because if you can control this, you can do so much more when it comes to volume lashing and be such a unique lash artist. So do your best to try to make these smaller fans, because I promise you, making smaller fans is definitely a bit trickier than making bigger fans. And once you can master controlling your fans like this, you can totally move on to making larger fans. And I promise it'll be a lot easier than kind of focusing and counting down the lashes to make smaller fans. So if you guys like this method, if you guys do this method in practicing your fan making, comment down below and let me know, because I want to hear if this works for you. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back with something new next time. Bye.